And let's check in with a morning market open as we get going with our real investment news desk. Scarlett Picard. Dow currently, up about 190 points. Nasdaq up 44. The S&P up 17. Not surprising, of course. This is all on the aspect of the fact that the Senate actually passed their tax bill. Now, we still don't have a tax bill. Now, the markets are all running up in anticipation of a tax bill. We don't have one yet. We still have to do conference now. We've got to put the House bill and the Senate bill together and try to come up with a final bill and get that up to President Trump to vote on. But the market's very excited this morning because we are one step closer to a corporate tax cut bill. Of course, that would supposedly boost bottom line earnings for corporations, make them more profitable. So markets are liking that right now. One thing I'm noticing this morning, and I said this earlier at 6:30, we are seeing interest rates bump up here a little bit in anticipation of this, about 2.4 this morning, but nothing to worry about here. But we're seeing that money rotate from safety back to risk. What are you seeing?
Yeah, you also want to note that gold right now is down $3.50 to $12.78.80. Oil down 68 cents to 57.68 a barrel, and the dollar is stronger than the yen this morning at 113. But some of your top stories heading into the morning at your market open: CVS Health is buying Aetna in the largest health insurance deal in history. It's a $69 billion acquisition. Buying Aetna puts CVS in a better position to compete with other healthcare providers like United Healthcare and pharmacy benefits manager Optum. But the acquisition has not been finalized. It will have to be approved by antitrust regulators who, according to multiple reports, have been skeptical of similar healthcare mergers, so we'll keep you posted on that. Aetna shares were higher ahead of the open. CVS shares were sharply lower. Shares of the biggest U.S. banks were also higher after the Senate approved a tax overhaul bill on Saturday, which Lance just mentioned, which will provide significant tax cuts for businesses. J.P. Morgan Chase shares were up 2.1% today and are on track for a fresh record, while Bank of America stock climbed 2.5% and was set to reach the highest level since October of 2008. Morgan Stanley, Citigroup, and Goldman Sachs also rose all about 2% each. In Europe, did you want to say something, Lance?
No, go ahead.
In Europe, the focus remains on Britain, with the 10-year UK government bond yields up around 6 basis points this morning. This is following news that Prime Minister Theresa May is headed for a deal-breaking meeting with European Union officials to end a deadlock in Brexit talks. Officials there are positive a deal will be on the issue for today. So hopefully that struck today, Lance.
Well, I did want to ask you something about the CVS Aetna Healthcare. Now, I heard a story this morning is that what they're kind of hoping to do is through this merger is to lower the cost of healthcare. I'm interested in, and I don't know how this is going to work. I go to CVS and I shop. I go in there and I get my, if I've got a prescription filled, or I want to pick up, cough medicine or whatever it is. CVS is great for that. I'm interested to see though how when the combine, a healthcare provider like Aetna with CVS, am I going to be able to go into CVS and actually have a full-fledged doctor there as well? I mean, is that? I wonder if that's where they're headed to.
I don't know. I think it's possible. I didn't see anything specifically talking about that, but if you think about it, CVS already does have some walk-in clinic areas too, and so having a health insurer of its own being part of it, combined into one, I think that's probably only going to make that bigger.
Yeah, you can even get a physical there.
Yeah. I guess cost synergies and cost savings, they could potentially maybe lower the cost of providing health care. And of course, when you've got it all combined into kind of one thing, you can go in, you can get a physical, get the glove put on, have your physical, and grab a gallon of milk on the way out.
And we need more of those. Honestly, we need more of those around. Cost efficient are the key words there, because some people just don't want to pay. And what they're also doing too is the CVS could jump on board with this, are those online doctors that you can now call. You don't even have to go in. You can just call.
Yeah, this goes back to the Amazon Walmart deal we were talking about last week, is that, the advantage that Walmart has over Amazon, and now that they've moved, they acquired Jet.com, which gave them the online access to sell products like Amazon. The advantage that they have is they have a footprint physically within 9 to 10 miles of every American, on average. Again, I had somebody call me up, I live 20 miles away from a Walmart. Okay, on average, it's 9 to 10 miles away from every citizen. So you're right, if they could do, with having this footprint of stores, you could actually do a whole lot more with having online access to a doctor and then go right down to your CVS, local CVS store to pick up your prescriptions, et cetera. So,
right, but well see. I mean, the deal still hasn't passed yet. I mean, it still has to get past these regulators that are talking about, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that, Scarlett.